Hi everybody. It's great to be here. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. It's been a little while since we've had a video. In June I went back to get my RYT 500, so that used June, and then in July I've had a few medical procedures, so I'm just now able to get back to practicing with you. Today I thought we would do just a nice slow practice. For me, I'm just now getting back into practicing yoga every day. So I thought we could just do something very nice and slow, concentrating on our meditation and our breathing. So if you'd like to get started, the usual props, not sure if we'll need them, but a block, or if you don't have a block, books, and a yoga strap, or if you don't have a strap, you can use a belt or a tie. So gather those and then you can restart the video. Okay, if you want to lie down or stay seated, just be very comfortable and make sure that your spine is straight. And we're going to start with just a few really deep inhales and exhales. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Now, let's be aware that when we inhale, we want to expand our stomach, our middle. And when we exhale, we want to contract it, which is a little opposite of what we typically do. But this is better for our yoga practice and our well-being. So inhale and expand. Exhale and contract. This time let's make a really long inhale and hold it at the top for a couple counts, and then a really long exhale. At this time, I would like for us to set our intention, and an intention is a word, a prayer, a mantra, something you're wanting to bring into your life, or something that you're sending out to the universe. So at this time, we will set our intention, and you can hold your hands in any mantra, okay, or just simply let them relax down to your side. After you have set your intention, let's give a nice big audible exhale out to send your intention out into the universe. Okay. Now if you're lying down, let's make your way up into a seated position. And let's start by placing our hands down by our sides. And let's raise the right arm all the way up by the ear. And just really feel the stretch. Really keeping the spine straight and really stretch. And now bring it down. And let's repeat that with the left. Slowly on the inhale, bring it up, and now let's stretch, and on the exhale, let's bring it take our chin and just on the inhale, bring it to our chest. And exhale, back. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. Now let's take our right arm up. And let's bend it over our head. Grabbing the left ear. And bend our head to the right. Keeping our spine straight. And up. And bring the arm up. And stretch. And on the exhale, bring it down. Bringing our left arm up. All the way up by the ear. And then bending at the elbow and bring it over by your right ear. And pull your head to the left. Feeling that stretch all the way down the side. And release. And straighten the arm up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And bring it down. Great. Now, let's bring our arms out in front of us. Our palms flexed. And bringing our thumbs in and our fingers around to make fists. And let's do some circles. The other way. Great. Now let's bend at our elbows and bring our hands up to our shoulders. And let's circle our elbows in. On the inhale, exhale out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Do counterclockwise. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, let's shake them out. And now let's bring our legs out in front of us and kind of shake them. And let's keep our feet flexed and nice and straight. And you might want to bring your fat, bring it out so that your sit bones ground down into the mat. And just keep our spine really straight. And let's inhale our arms up. And now let's slowly, keeping our spine straight and our chin up. And let's inhale forward as far as we can go. And once you've reached as far as you can go, your point, then let's just drop our hands. And if you can reach your feet, fantastic. If not, if you can reach your knees, whatever. We're just trying to keep our chest open and our spine straight. And we can feel that stretch up through the hamstrings. And let's just breathe here for a few breaths. Now let's drop our head and just relax here for a few breaths. You come round the spine. Now let's straighten the spine again. Chin up. And let's reach our hands forward and slowly make our way back up. And exhale, bring the arms down. Great. Okay, now let's take our feet in the flex position, and we're going to point them on the inhale and flex them on the exhale. So point and flex, inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale and exhale. And now let's do some circles, and we're going to take them to the right and circle them around. Inhale and exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale and exhale. Now counterclockwise. Inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. Okay, let's shake our legs. I think we're all warmed up now. So now we're going to start in neutral or tabletop position, and we want our palms to be spread wide, and our elbows and our wrists and our shoulder to all be in one line, and hips distance apart on our knees, and we want our hips and knees and then our feet to be in 90 degrees. You can look between your knees, and you don't want to see your feet. You want them to be in line. So, okay, now we're going to start with a cat-cow flow. So on the inhale, we're going to drop our back, raise our buttocks, and raise our chin, drop the belly. And this is cow. And then on the exhale, we're going to drop the pelvis, raise the spine, and tuck the chin, cat. And let's do that a few times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now do that like 2 or 3 more times on your own, at your own pace. Just feeling the movement through your spine, through your pelvis, your shoulders, grounding your hands so that all the weight is evenly dispersed, distributed on the mat. And now let's put a little movement into this flow. You might want to move forward and back, rocking back and touching to the heels if you can reach back that far. Really feeling the stretch. Okay. Now let's make our way back to neutral. And we will start with spinal balance. And we are going to inhale and bring our right arm forward in line with our ear and our left leg parallel, and keeping the hips squared, and the weight should be evenly distributed between the left palm and the right knee. If you have knee issues, please feel free to have a blanket or a pillow or something extra under your knee. So we're going to inhale out and hold for 5 breaths. Really, at this point when we do these types of movements, this is a good time to really think about what you're meditating about. Okay, let's bring it back. And now we're going to do the same with inhaling the left arm forward and the right leg back. And we're going to hold here again for 5 breaths. Okay, and at your own pace, make your way back. And now let's open your knees really wide and touch your toes. And just come back into child's pose. And really stretch your arms forward. And if you can reach your forehead to the mat, fantastic. And if you can't, you can use your block or a blanket, anything here. Or if you have trouble reaching the buttocks to the heels, you can use the block or a blanket there. Once again, coming back to your intention and to your breath. Okay, now let's make our way back up, and we're going to tuck our toes, and we're going to come up into our first down dog. And if you can touch your heels to the mat, great. And if not, they're fine up. So while we're here, we call this down dog, so let's just walk the dog a little bit. Maybe bending one leg and rooting the other down into the mat. Okay, let's come up on both toes. And let's bring our heels down to the right. And now come up on both toes to the center. And bring your heels down to the left. Just really feeling the stretch. And back up. And bring them down. Your feet should be about hip distance apart. And one way to check your down dog is to inhale forward. And if you are in a plank, and then you can come right back to your down dog. Okay, let's inhale our right leg up really high in the sky and kind of turn your hip over to the right. And let's just breathe here for 5 breaths. You can bend your knee if you need to. Anything, just feeling the stretch. Keeping those arms nice and straight. Okay, let's slowly bring that back down. And we're going to inhale the left leg up really high. Once again, you can bend your knee if it feels better. And just open up to your left side. Just really feeling the stretch. Okay, and let's bring that back down. Let's drop our knees. Knees as wide as the mat, toes together, and back to child's pose. And if you need to rest your arms, you can bring your hands up into prayer hands, or you can even bring them down by your feet. Okay, now let's make our way back up into tabletop and tuck our feet and back up to our down dog. And we're going to walk our hands back to meet our feet. And we're going to just hang here for a little bit. And you might want to grab your opposite elbow. And just relax. Today is just a nice, relaxing practice. We're not going to overdo it. Okay, let's bend our knees a little bit and just slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll all the way up. And let's roll our elbows back. Great. Okay, now if you have a block or a book, I'd like for you to get that at this time. And we're going to take the block and put it behind our back. And you want to hold it with your thumbs and forefingers, just like so. Okay, keeping your feet hips distance apart. And grind down into the mat and keeping your body very straight. We are just going to slowly bend forward and keeping the block behind us. And chin up. Bring that block up as straight as you can over your head. And we're just at a 90-degree angle. We're not going to go all the way down yet. Let's just take 5 breaths here. Okay, now we're going to go down as far as you can go, keeping the block, your hands on the block, and keeping the arms straight. And just breathe into it for 5 breaths. Really stretch it. Stretching that block. Now let's slowly come back up to our 90 degrees and hold here for 5 breaths. And let's slowly come all the way back up and release. Okay, let's take our arms. Oh man, that's great. Okay, now we're going to I'm going to turn this way so that you can see me better. Bring our block up on the inhale, and I hope you can see me. Hold it up overhead with our arms in line with our ear, and I think I've cut the block off on this video, but it's up there, so. And again, feet hips distance apart, grind down into the mat. And let's just take some really deep breaths here, breathing, inhaling and exhaling through our nostrils. 5 breaths. Keeping the spine straight, keeping our buttocks tucked and our tummy tucked. Now, we're going to lean to the right and trying to keep the lower extremities just as they are, grinding down into the earth and just bending the upper extremities with our block. And we're going to breathe into this 5 breaths. Try to keep that left arm in line with the left ear if possible. And just really feeling the stretch all the way down. Okay, let's inhale back up. And we're going to try this on the left side. Inhaling over. And keeping that right arm in line with the right ear. And really feeling the stretch. And we'll hold here for 5 breaths. And come back up and release. Take out our arms, take out our legs, our hips. Okay, now let's come to the tops of our mat and take one step back. And let's inhale our arms up overhead and meeting the palms. Looking up at your thumbs and taking 5 breaths here. Now let's exhale with our arms out to our sides, bending forward and touching our hands down. If you can touch them to the mat and keep your spine straight, fantastic. If you can't, then just bend your knees. And we'll take 5 breaths here. And now we're going to come up into Ardha or half lift, and we want the spine straight. And try to imagine your shoulder blades meeting each other, and keep the chin straight and look to the ground. Just feeling that nice deep stretch. You may feel it through even your calves. You may feel it through your hips, through the shoulder blades. Okay. Now let's set our hands down beside our feet, and let's gently bring our right foot and step it back, and let's place our knee on the mat and the top of our foot on the mat. And once you feel secure in your position, then we will slowly raise up. And if you don't feel secure doing this, you can keep in that first position. Raise your arms up. Keeping everything nice and straight. And then if you want to go a little deeper, let's take our palms and interlace our fingers behind our back. And now let's lean in to that front knee. Horse riding posture, Ashtha Sanchalanasana. If you have chosen to interlock your palms, let's release those and set our palms, and let's tuck our toe and straighten the knee. And now we're going to lift that right foot up to a 90 degrees and just slowly bring it back into where we were. And come down as we were to forward fold. Also with forward fold, if you are trying to get to the full, complete posture, I like to put my hands on the back of my calves. It kind of helps bring me in. Okay, and now let's do Ardha again, or half lift, and that is squeezing those shoulder blades spine straight. Okay, let's set our hands. And this time we're going to gently take our left foot and bring it up and back into a lunge, dropping the knee. And please use blankets, pillows, anything you need if you have knee issues. And let's lie the foot flat on the mat. And once you get your grounding, just slowly come up, and you may want to end it right here. And if you would like, you can interlace your fingers behind your back, roll your shoulders, and really lean into your front knee. And we're going to breathe here for a few breaths. Okay, if you interlace your fingers, come back to the regular pose. And let's set our hands and tuck our toes on the left side, lifting that left knee. And let's bring that leg up off the mat into a 90-degree angle. And then just slowly bring it back in to meet the right. And forward fold again. And Arda, half lift. Now let's bend our knees and take our hands out to the side and bring them all the way back up, joining the palms overhead and looking at our thumbs. And now let's exhale and release our arms down to our sides. And roll our shoulders and kind of shake out our legs a little bit. Okay, now let's inhale our arms back up. And let's inhale forward into forward fold. And this time, let's just set our palms. And let's take the right foot back. And this time, let's have it at a 45-degree angle. And we're going to inhale our arms forward if you can. You can just kind of be resting on this left knee. Straight ahead here. And just hold here for a few breaths. Okay, now we're going to come up, inhale up, those arms forward, into our warrior one. And we want to keep the hips squared, the foot at a 45, the front foot, the knee, and the ankle in line, and our arms are up. Breathing into it. Now let's open to the right, bringing the left arm forward and the right arm back. And now we're going to look over the left middle finger. This is warrior two. And lean back into your lunge. Now let's kind of inhale forward and bringing the right arm down along the back leg and your left arm up into peaceful warrior. And let's go back to warrior two. Looking at your middle finger in the front, in your left hand. And now let's cartwheel our arms down to the mat. And let's bring that right foot off the mat and up to meet the left. And let's go into a half lift, Ardha. Remember, the shoulder blades together in the back. And let's fold back to forward fold. Okay, release. Now this time we're going to place our hands on the mat. And we are going to gently step our left foot back into a 45-degree angle. And just get your posture here. And once you have gotten your posture, we're going to lift our hands forward. And you can just kind of rest on the right thigh and hold here for a few breaths. Keeping our arms parallel to our ears. Now let's come up into warrior one. Remember keeping your hips in line. And now we're going to open our right arm coming forward, our left arm back. And we peer over the right front finger. And inhale forward and dropping the left arm down, bringing the right up. And lean back into the front knee, the right bent knee. Now coming back to warrior two. Now let's cartwheel our arms to the mat. And let's bring that right foot back to meet the left in down dog. There you go. Now let's drop our knees, wide as the mat, toes together, and come back into child's pose. Okay, let's slowly walk our hands back, and if you need a drink of water, feel free. I'm going to have one. Now let's get our strap, and we're going to do a few exercises down on the mat. I have pine needles all over me. And I'm sure you can hear the locusts or cicadas, whatever you know them as. They're giving a full concert here, 24/7. Okay, let's take our strap and put it around both feet. And grinding down, get ourselves all even here. And now let's bend our knees up and bring them out if you can, into a little bit elevated off the mat. In and out. Okay, now we're going to do this motion like rowing with our knees in and out. And if you don't need the strap, please, by all means, you don't have to use it. But we're going to do 20 of these. So inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, halfway there, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Let's hold that up there. And let's slowly drop them. Okay. Now let's lay back. And we're going to wrap the strap around the right foot. And take it in your right hand. And just get very comfortable. You can keep the left leg bent, straight, whatever feels best for you. I suggest straight. And we're going to just let that right leg fall out to the side. And what we want to do here is make sure that both shoulders are still on the mat and your left hip is still on the mat. And for an added stretch, you can look to the left. And you can bring your left arm into either straight out or into a goalpost arms on the left. This is it's just a hip opener, just a nice stretch. We've been through a little bit today, and this is just going to finish us and make us feel better. Okay, let's bring it up and take the rope the strap in our left hand, bringing your right arm out, looking to the right, and just let that foot fall to the left. Remember, keeping both shoulders on the mat. And let's bring it back up and switch feet. Put your left foot in, bring your right one down, and take the strap in your left hand and just let it slowly fall out to the left, keeping your right hip on the mat and both shoulders on the mat. Looking to the right for added stretch. Okay, let's bring it back up. And take the strap in your left hand. And letting your leg fall to the to the right, and looking to your left. Again, keeping both shoulders on the mat. And let's inhale it back up. And bring it down. And let's lay our strap to the side. Let's curl our knees into our chest, wrapping around, giving them a big hug. Maybe touching your forehead to your knees. And back. And dropping them down. And dropping your feet all the way down into Savasana, or resting pose. Coming back to your breath, coming back to your intention. You've worked hard today, even though it was basically a gentle flow. Now, let's just totally relax. Relaxing our head, relaxing our shoulders, relaxing our arms, relaxing our hands, relaxing our fingers, feeling our breath as we relax our chest and we relax our stomach. We relax our hips as they settle down, just so heavy. Let the earth surround your body. Relax your thighs. Relax your knees, relax your calves, relax your feet, relax your toes, your entire body. Just you, letting the earth cradle you, and just noticing your breath. You were awesome today. You're taking this time for yourself. Your body thanks you. Now let's bring our awareness back to our body. As we wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes, maybe bring your arms overhead into a full body stretch. And then roll over to one side. And now let's make our way up into a comfortable seat. And bring our palms together to heart center. And take a nice big inhale. And then a nice exhale. Now let's do an audible inhale through the nose and a big exhale through the mouth. It has been my pleasure to guide each and every one of you today. I hope that the rest of your day is fantastic. And as always, keep loving and living. Namaste.